is a review of the syllabus for Education 325 Children's Literature, the Winter 2019 online course. You'll find the syllabus on Blackboard, and if you're taking a look at Blackboard in the course, you'll see a menu on the left, and you'll find the tab that says Syllabus, and that's where you will find the syllabus. I'm going to walk you through the syllabus. The course description is to introduce, this course is to introduce students to children's literature with an emphasis on developing an aesthetic and critical response to literature, experiencing and appreciating a breadth of genres and a variety of authors and illustrators. Creative ways to use literature with children will be investigated. Students will begin to use children's literature as a teacher in the elementary or middle school classroom. There are 7 learning outcomes. Your assignments are the assessments for the learning outcomes, and when you create your assignment and complete it, you'll be able to determine which learning outcome is being assessed at that time. The textbook for this course is called Literature and the Child, and you'll find that information on Blackboard here, right here on the syllabus. It's the 8th edition. It's not the newest edition, it's the 8th. I'm trying to keep costs down. The information is good. I have looked in this edition. I have looked at the new edition, and although that information is also good, I think we can work with this one and still get the information we need for this course. If you want to take a look at the assignments at a glance, you'll find those here, and you'll also find the grade, your total grade at the end of the course. You'll need this information here when you convert your percentage to a letter grade. And you can do that based on the points. I would not do that along the way because I give extra credit, and gradebook on Blackboard does not account for extra credit, and the points won't equal out the same. So you need to wait till I tell you what the number of points are. It will be about 1,800, but it could be a little bit more or a little bit less. I have a late work policy that you can read here. I also have an interest that if you have a disability and need an accommodation, I'll be glad to help you out. Just let me know. Here's some information about classroom conduct online and how you should handle yourself in all of your emails and your discussions and whatever you do online in this class. Here's a social justice form. If you feel there's any discrimination, you can certainly fill that out. If you feel that I've done something, please talk to me because that's not my intent. I look at discrimination very seriously, and even you'll notice that I believe in equity, and that you'll see the diverseness in the books that I've chosen for us to read in our class. But that is information for you if you need that. The attendance policy is that you need to participate every week and complete the activities online. If you complete all of the activities online every week, you'll get 50 points. If you complete some of them, you'll get less points, of course. It's like going to class. I don't know you're there unless you participate in our and actually complete the work. I do believe in academic honesty. Get people credit for what they've done if you're using their ideas. Not so much when we do lesson plans and I ask you to take a lesson plan, for instance, off or look for ideas offline. That's pretty much public access and you don't need to. But if you feel uncomfortable, you can always cite somebody, the website or the person who you've gotten the idea from. Here are also some resource links if you need the Academic Success Center or you need the Wilson Library. Here's some ways to contact them. This is the mission of our college. Our college champions social equity for youth, adults, families, and communities by equipping and empowering scholarly, high-skilled practitioners, education advocates, and leaders. Our vision is that we will lead the national conversation on advancing the careers of professionals and scholars who are highly competent advocates for equity and justice. We do have goals that we try to accomplish and that we work toward in our College of Education, and we also have some dispositions. My favorite disposition is social emotional learning, and you're going to learn a little bit more about me, but I have opened 3 schools in Buffalo, New York, And I train the teachers in the social emotional learning approach that they use in those schools. And hopefully I'll be able to share that information with you a little bit more throughout the term. These are the descriptions for the assignments. Every week, starting about the second week, you're going to have a virtual discussion and you're going to use WebEx, and you need to contact our help desk at this URL right here at this address, and you're going to request a WebEx account. You need to put your full legal name and your full Laverne email address, and you can put this as for educational studies, and they will then create this WebEx account, which is free, and you're going to use this WebEx account, which is kind of like the other lines. I am at loss for words at the moment, like FaceTime or any of those that you would look and be able to see each other, and you'll be using WebEx for your virtual discussions. So you do need to do that almost immediately. The first week you'll need to have a WebEx account. Again, here's your attendance and participation. You're going to be creating a reader's response blog. So you're going to need to look for a blog, a platform. It could be WordPress, Digication, whatever you like to do. And you're going to blog about the books that you are discussing, that you have read with your group. And you should have that list already of books, and you should know who your group members are. And you'll be creating a 4-part blog almost on a weekly basis. So don't get behind, because it'll be very difficult to catch up. But this is the explanation of what your blog entries should include. There's part 1, here's part 2, part 3, and part 4. It says these are due week 9. The overall blog is due by then, but I would like you to be able to submit it weekly, and I can grade it weekly, and you'll build your points up based on your weekly posting of your blogs. You're going to create a book trailer. If you don't know about book trailers, I'd read through this, and you do need to create a QR code that goes to access your book trailer. And there are some ideas. And again, all of these assignments are provided in Blackboard. If you look at the menu on the left, you look for that assignment, you'll find additional detailed information about the assignments. So you would find more information about how to go about creating your book trailer. You're going to create a family literacy backpack. That's something that you might be able to use in your classroom, and it's kind of fun. Here's some information about that. Again, on Blackboard, you'll find that as well. You're going to create a self-selected virtual library. You're going to create that through Google Books. And again, you'll learn how to do that. And you're going to read 24 books. It sounds like a lot. On top of the 8 books you're going to discuss in class, you go, whoa. But really 19 of those books are going to be picture books. So they're easier to read, and 5 of them will be some novels, young adult novels or intermediate level novels of an elementary school. So you'll create that using your, again, Google Books, and then you're going to give me a 2-minute screencast about your virtual library. You're going to be responding to questions that are here. What did you get out of the project? Which books were your favorite? Which were your least favorite? Explain why. Which books might you use with your future students? And you're going to post this screencast in the Dropbox. A major assignment is that you're going to spend 15 hours of field experience volunteering in either a public or school library. You'll need to get on that right away. Probably the first week, go out and find a placement that you could spend 15 hours, which is more than an hour a week, that you will be involved in participating at a library. Not just observing, but I'd like you to participate. So when you go into the library, you need to explain you're going to be involved. And it could be a school library, if the school will allow you to do that, a school, or it can be a public library. And again, there's information about this on Blackboard. If you have questions, you always ask me. And last but not least is our final exam, and that's going to be creating an e-portfolio. You might have an e-portfolio already, and you just then need to create a page. You're going to put images, photographs, and videos. You're going to put all of your assignments that you've created and a reflection about that assignment, and maybe some other professional developments such as archives that relate to children's literature, assignments from other classes that relate to children's literature, and those kind of things. And that's going to be due the week 10. And you're going to present that in class. So you need to be prepared for that. I know it may say that you are going to create a screencast, but that's only if you can't present in the last class. And you're going to then talk about which assignment best represents you as a teacher, which assignment are you the most proud of, which was the assignment that was most challenging to you. Here's some information about me if you want to know more about me. And here's our weekly schedule. I've also put this weekly schedule on the Blackboard under a tab of its own, so you can refer to that as well. It may be modified throughout the semester depending on if we get behind or I have to make a change, but for the most part we'll follow it as it's written here. If you have questions about the syllabus or any other questions about the course, please don't hesitate to email to ask me. We can always WebEx if you also need to talk to me, and we can certainly share screens to look at work if we need to do that, if you have questions about any of the assignments or activities along the way.